We're in the part of the state park known as the Pygmy Forest, and these are junipers and pinyon pines that have adapted over the years to the limited amount of water available. And so they're very slow growing. And they said trees with a diameter of 6 to 10 inches are 150 years old, and anything with a diameter over 10 inches is somewhere around 250 to 350 years old, which these trees aren't that big. So that's just crazy to think that how they've adapted means they're that much older than we think they are.
We just got done hiking the main Petrified Forest Trail at Petrified Forest State Park outside of Escalante, Utah, and it was pretty amazing.
It was really cool. There is also Petrified National Park in Arizona, and so this is Petrified State Park in Utah. Same type of rock, same process essentially, that the trees were buried by mud and sediment, not sentiment, and then minerals and stuff leached into the trees and sort of crystallized them from the inside out. And the various minerals give them the different colors. And some of them are just gorgeous. They're deep purples and reds and yellows. Just depends on where they were found and the minerals that were, in the minerals that kind of got into them.
So I talked about how we hiked the main trail. It's a 1 mile loop. It is moderate, and it's primarily because there's some rocks, but it's a lot of elevation change up and down, and you're doing some climbing.
I mean, we're around 6,000 feet here. So on a hot summer day, it's going to be, you're going to need a hat, sunglasses, and plenty of water and good hiking shoes, because it's really, I would say dusty, but dirt. I mean, the trail is not solid rock. And so, we slipped a little bit, so you're going to want good lugs on your shoes. But yeah, I wouldn't say, definitely not easy. I think it is rated moderate on the trail system.
I think it's moderate, and it's because of some of the up and down that you're doing and a little bit loose. I think a lot of people could do it if you were willing to take your time and just enjoy the surroundings. And it does have a nice little sort of guided nature hike, right? Because there's numbers along the way, and you can get a guide at the visitor center that'll tell you different things along the way.
I will have to say it's one of the few that we've actually been on where the numbers and the brochure have lined up and been accessible, because half the time we'll get somewhere and either you'll have the map but no trail markers, or you'll have trail markers but no map. And here you have both. So you can actually follow, there's 14 points along the way, and everything from telling you about the rocks themselves, or the trees themselves, the rocks, the flora and fauna, the town of Escalante, and where you're at. So it was a pretty good informative tour, I think. Self-guided tour.
So certainly, if you're willing to take your time, you could do it. I'd recommend starting early in the day before it gets hot at the elevation up there. And one way to do it would be to stay at this state park. And while we're here in early June, they are completing a brand new section of campground. They said they're adding 30 campsites with full hookups. It looks really nice. So it'd be a really nice place to stay. It's right along scenic Highway 12.
And we say early June of 2023, just in case you're watching this video like sometime in the future, you want to know when this was. I actually didn't ask when they're set to be completed, but they said they're having a supply chain delay right now. So hopefully sometime this summer they will be open, or early fall. I'm sure by next summer they will be available. But yeah, so this park is along Utah Scenic Byway 12. It is America's all-American road, and it is gorgeous. And so pretty much everything along this route, but this would be a good place to stay in camp, and then you could go visit some of the other things along the way here. What makes this park a little bit unique is there is a big reservoir here, so you can go boating, kayaking, stand-up paddleboarding. I'm assuming you can go swimming, and so that's very unique in Utah because there isn't that much water of that nature, of the this big lake kind.
Mm-hmm. So get out on Scenic Highway 12 if you can. It's really beautiful. And while you're here, stop at Petrified Forest State Park. It's hard to say. Petrified Forest State Park outside of Escalante, Utah. In the meantime, keep on trekking.
And we'll see you out there. If you can't hike the trails for whatever reason, you don't have time, your mobility is limited, they do have a significant number of petrified wood pieces just right outside the parking lot on a paved trail that is wheelchair accessible. So you can at least get out here and still see the petrified wood, even if you can't do that moderate strenuous hike.